The 5-day China-Russia joint military exercise Zapad Interaction 2021 concluded on August 13 in northwest China and triggered continuous discussions with many speculations on its purposes, ammunition, and operating mechanism. The exercise came as the US and NATO forces withdraw from Afghanistan, leading a rapid government collapse. Chinese and Russian armies said on July 29 that the aim of the exercise was to deepen cooperation in anti-terrorism and other fields and work together to safeguard regional peace and stability. It is the fourth consecutive year that both countries have held a joint strategic exercise of this kind. The event witnessed the first-ever participation of foreign troops in drills conducted by the Chinese People's Liberation Army, the first-ever operation of a China-Russia joint command system, and the first-ever practice of providing equipment to Russian troops during such exercise. It was also the first exercise of its kind during the pandemic. All these indicate the importance of the exercise that was joined by some 10,000 troops from China and Russia at Qingtangxia Tactical Training Base, showing enormous trust and confidence in each other. Special operations groups drew a lot of attention during the ongoing China-Russia joint military exercises at a tactical training base of the People's Liberation Army in northwest China's Ningxia, Hui Autonomous Region. Special combat soldiers joined missions to eliminate enemy targets with the assistance of Army aviation. They were to carry out a coordinated drill of deep landing and joint capture with members of the Russian Special Combat Team. Arriving at the landing point, the soldiers descended from helicopters to the ground from a height of 15 meters. Simultaneous rappels greatly save time and reduce exposure. It also gives more chances to seize the initiative, said Huasu, a company commander. But it brings more difficulties, as in when we should lower the ropes, and during close coordination, he explained. Our all-terrain vehicles are not only capable of airborne landing, but also cross-country riding. Even on complex terrains, they drive as fast as they do on flat ground, said Zhang Qi, a Special Forces soldier. With armored helicopters providing cover from above, the special operation troops breached through the enemy lines. The combined armies of China and Russia effectively achieved the targets through a joint system and internal coordination. We are further exploring co-combat patterns in firepower, military strength and information, said Xie Peng, a deputy brigade commander. We increased our combat efficiency and offer a good sample for future trainings, he added. Artillery forces are practicing with their weaponry in a joint exercise against insurgents by Chinese and Russian militaries in northwest China. They undertake critical tasks, not least of all striking enemy targets with high levels of mobility and efficiency. The forces integrate various weapons and equipment during the exercise lasting from August 9 to 13. The new vehicle-mounted gun howitzer can be quickly and easily prepared for launch. And the self-propelled rocket launcher is highly maneuverable. They have greater impact together, said Yang Yuliang, a squad leader from the army under the Chinese People's Liberation Army Western Theater Command. Performing careful maintenance amid the drills, the soldiers are preparing for the drill courses, and they have set goals and strategies. Our focus is to quickly take position, lock onto targets and strike, said Jiang Delong, a company commander from the army under the PLA Western Theater Command. One of the major features of the drill is the application of multiple information terminals. Ground reconnaissance sends back battlefield intelligence and guides the attack strikes. We maximize the combat formations and achieve synthesis of equipment, intelligence and firepower through the integration of the whole command information system, said Jean Jian, a battalion commander from the army under the PLA Western Theater Command. The artillery says it conducted adaptive training and overcame complex weather and terrain. A Chinese field air defense system was seen in action during the China-Russia joint military exercise. Its core is the Hongqi 17, which combines positioning, guidance and striking capabilities and, thanks to its advanced radar system, can intercept multiple targets. Such a complicated system requires a high level of skill from its operators. It can initiate radar and launch missiles in less than a minute. Within this time frame, we need to figure out whether the target is true or false, and coming from an enemy or from us, said Zhou Bai, a radar operator from the Chinese People's Liberation Army (PLA) Western Theater Command. It is equipped with a tried and true anti-aircraft gun missile system. We give prominence to the coordination of multiple anti-aircraft weapons in time and space. We test the striking capacity under extreme conditions, said Su Bowen from PLA Western Theater Command in explaining the strategy behind using the weapon system. Based on network information systems, the air defense forces form a barrage by using surface-to-air missiles and anti-aircraft guns. The whole exercise focuses on precision, coordination, high efficiency and tempering joint operations, said Shui Wenjun, a battalion commander. He said that for the joint exercise where the system is being used, troops from both China and Russia will participate and test an operational plan aimed at striking terrorist activities. Chinese Defense Minister Wei Fenghe and his Russian counterpart Sergei Shoigu witnessed the last drill, a 40-minute live-fire operation on August 13. Wei called the exercise a symbol of mutual support and high-level relations between the two armies during his talk with Shoigu. Shoigu said the two armies had achieved high level of interaction between armed forces on land, in the air, and at sea, and its buildup is an important area of further activity. According to a press release by Chinese military during the exercise, about 100 aircraft and over 200 tanks and armored vehicles were involved in the exercise. More than 80% of weapons and aircraft, including artillery guns and armored vehicles, were newly equipped, according to the Joint Staff Department of China's Central Military Commission. Major General Jin Yinan, a professor at PLA National Defense University, told the China media group at the training ground that he was impressed by the precision strikes on the last day of the drill. He said the strikes were based on about 7 layers of firepower from the air and the ground, and reinforced by advanced laser, radar and infrared guiding systems as well as the Beta satellite navigation system. During the exercise, the two armies also practiced joint planning and coordination required during missions. In addition, the Joint Command established a Russian sub-command center and used a special bilingual command information system. The Joint Planning Command drill uses special line and video link for on-site coordination. It unified tasks to lock down targets, mobilize forces and coordinate supplies, all the while forming a plan for joint operation, said Huang Hongyuan, Director of Operational Planning and Control Element at China-Russia Joint Command. Both the armies stressed that the Joint Command and exercise demonstrated their military professionalism and strong determination in combating international terrorism. The exercise will certainly promote mutual trust and cooperation between both armies, said Lu Xiaowu, commander of the China-Russia Joint Command. Our ties set a positive example of solidarity and cooperation. The exercise has proven this fact, said Mikhail Nazyulev, deputy commander of the China-Russia Joint Command. Recently, the two countries celebrated the 20th anniversary of the signing of the China-Russia Treaty of Good Neighborliness and Friendly Cooperation. Moreover, the Chinese and Russian armies will also meet at the International Army Games in the coming weeks.